Hi everybody, I'm Greg Marchand, author of Service Management Made Simple and president of Automotive Aftermarket Training, where we provide quality, affordable, technical, and management training to the automotive industry. Okay, let's talk about hybrid safety. Because, like I said earlier, hybrid safety, you have to respect a hybrid, but you don't have to be afraid of it. Okay, there are safety concerns with working on hybrids that are a little bit different than what we're used to in the industry. Now, when I ask a group, what's the #1 safety concern of hybrids? They all say electricity, that high voltage, that stuff's dangerous. Now, I might disagree with that, and we'll get to that a little bit, but I want to talk to you about how to make a hybrid safe from an electrical standpoint to work on. This is going to be a general procedure. Always consult the manufacturer's repair information for the exact procedure. But if you follow what I'm going to teach you, you will protect yourself and your technicians when working on hybrids. Check out and see what the manufacturer wants you to see, or wants you to understand about making the vehicle safe for specific applications. But in general, here's what we're going to do. First of all, you've got to disconnect the baby battery, the auxiliary battery. Why? Because the auxiliary battery, that 12-volt battery, not the big high voltage one, the 12-volt battery, controls all of the controls, the gatekeepers, if you will, of the big electricity. Computer systems need 12 volts to work on, right? So if you take away the computer's 12 volts, the computers then can't open the gate to let the big juice out of the big battery. So we're going to disconnect the baby battery. Now, every now and then I'll run into a situation where somebody's really concerned about disconnecting the baby battery. What are they worried about? They don't want to lose all of their monitor status information, or they don't want to lose radio station presets. Come on! If I'm going to work on a hybrid and I'm going to work on it in such a manner that I got to worry about 300 volts, I don't really care about monitor status. I don't really care about readiness status. Okay? If it's a sticker situation, fine, I'm going to put a sticker on it first before I do this. Disconnect the baby battery. Pre-record radio station presets, but disconnect the baby battery. So we're going to disconnect 12-volt battery. Now, put your gloves on. You got to have high voltage gloves. They've got to be 1,000-volt linesman's gloves, rubber gloves. Get yourself a pair. Most auto parts stores now can get these for you. Your wholesalers can get them for you. Big electric supply houses can get them for you. Okay? Get yourself a pair of gloves and take care of them. Don't leave them out in bright sunlight. Don't use them around sharp objects. Take care of your gloves. You've got to roughly know your hand size before you buy them, because once you open that hermetically sealed bag, you own them. The only way to be sure that they're in great condition is to send them back periodically, have them tested. They're $40 to $70 depending on where you get them from, but you got to have a pair. Go get them, put them on. Now, the third step is what people think is the most important step. It's not. Your #1 step, the #1 thing you're going to do to keep yourself safe, disconnect the baby battery. This third step, you're going to remove the service plug. This is that orange plug. So, service plug removal. Let's think about this. If disconnecting the 12-volt battery is your #1 safety, why are we even pulling the service plug? Why are we putting our gloves on? Because you see, the computer systems control a set of relays that let the horses out of the barn, the big juice out of the big battery that sits at the back of the car. Those relays, when they're closed, they allow current flow from the big battery up to the transaxle assembly. With no power to the relays are open. Horses have to stay in the barn. Well, why do we have a service plug? Because these are mechanical relays. And there's a chance that those mechanical relays will weld themselves shut. I've never seen it. 15 years of working on hybrids, I've never seen it. But that's not to say it couldn't happen. If those relays are welded shut and they're closed, disconnecting the baby battery is not going to keep the horses in the barn. They're going to be able to run wild. Thus, you put your gloves on, and when you remove the service plug wearing your gloves, if there is a big arc as you remove that plug, you're at least protected. Okay? So wear your gloves, remove the service plug. You'll see people grab the service plug and remove it without wearing their gloves. They are brave individuals. Remember, that service plug is there just in case something bad happened to those relays. Don't take that chance. Now, after you remove the service plug, wait. The hybrid inverters contain capacitors that store energy in case something goes wrong. You want those capacitors to drain down. By removing a service plug, you're going to allow those capacitors to drain down. Give them some time. Go have a cigarette, have a cup of coffee, do whatever it is you got to do. Give it some time. Okay? Now, maybe in your environment the fifth step is appropriate, maybe not, but keep the service plug stored somewhere away from the vehicle. You don't want anybody unknowingly or unwittingly just coming along trying to be a good Samaritan, grabbing the service plug, sticking it back in, and you don't know it when you come back to that car. So, store service plug away from the vehicle. And you should be safe. Now, remember, always consult the manufacturer's repair information as to how to make it safe on their vehicle. Every manufacturer has an emergency response manual that will also list the full procedure. You can go to the manufacturer's websites and find these emergency response manuals. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. You can reach me through intelligentmechanic.com. Keep up the good work. Stay safe. Always keep learning. Come visit us, intelligentmechanic.com.